And you're going deeper and deeper. You are leaving beta consciousness. 4. Visualize a door. You move toward it. 3. You approach the door. You are very deep now. 2. You reach for the handle, turning the handle. 1. Now open the door and step into your past incarnation. Allow the impressions to come. What year is it?
1993.
How old are you?
14.
Are you male or female?
He was the first and only boy I ever loved. We used to stay up all night talking on the phone, even school nights. We'd tune our TVs to the paper play music video channel and wait for our song to come on. One time he dialed the 900 number and ordered the video with his mother's credit card. He got into a lot of trouble for that. I thought it was sweet. And one night we both stayed up really late talking and fell asleep on the phone together. I've never told anyone this. When I woke up the next morning, I was in a different bed. I was in a different room. I was in a different body. I found a phone and dialed my house. Someone picked up on the first ring. It was my voice on the other line. He was me. We both agreed to fake sick and stay home from school, hoping that whatever had happened would fix itself. But then days went by with no change, and we were forced to discuss our class schedules, locker combinations, family histories, menstrual regularity. A month passed with no change. As a girl, I had a talent for sketching my favorite country music singers, but that artistic ability had stayed behind in my old body, and I found that with his hands, I could no longer draw. I used to hate corn. Now I craved it. A year went by, no change. His old family moved to a different state. We wrote each other at first, but gradually lost touch. The longer I lived as him, the more his goals and his urges became my own. I met a girl at church, and not long after high school, we were married. Not long after that, we started having kids. It was a blessed life. Then when I was 32, I received a friend request. She had found me. She told me about how she dropped out of high school, drifted from job to job, town to town, lived in small rented rooms, never went out, never made friends. Where my old memories had faded near to nothing, hers had only grown sharper. She spent all of her free time reconstructing the past down to the smallest detail. She never stopped drawing either. She sent me a self-portrait. I didn't recognize the face. Some years later, I learned that she'd been very sick. She never got help. She never told anyone. She died alone, age 43. I prayed that her soul had finally found peace. I prayed for her family. I lived to be a very old man. In the year 2070, I became terminally ill, but medical science had advanced so far that doctors could transplant my consciousness into the body of an orca. It was lonely as a well. I could still communicate through computers, but I didn't have much to say anymore, except to complain about the temperature and lack of space in the tank. Mostly I swam and ate smelt. My children and grandchildren visited less and less. At night in the dark water, I began to receive visions of a coming future. I foresaw a time when mankind, through technology or mental evolution, would gain the ability to exchange bodies with one another back and forth at will. And we will do this for business, for pleasure, for diplomacy, and to know ourselves on the deepest level. I finally understood that her and I were part of a small vanguard. There were others just like us who lived and died with the same secret. We were test pilots, shot into space, trapped in orbit, around a world we'd never come back to.